Well, the manga storm continues, and the demise of the comic book industry is eroding day by day by day. We start to see more things that are coming out that shows that, DC and Marvel, they're not doing well. No matter what they tell you, what the industry people tell you, they're lying to you. They're using manga numbers to prop up their industry. But before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, share this video, because we're still buried in the algorithm. We had a horrendous Friday. Our Saturday pre-flight had the lowest number. I mean, practically nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. It was hidden in the algorithm. We did better on BitChute and ODYSEE. Much better. So it goes to show you, this is the things that does. We can't talk about everything. I mean, we had some a good YouTuber out there was completely demonetized. Every one of the videos. That's a shame. That is a real shame. So please help us all. Not only me, every other YouTuber out there. That if you like something, hit those buttons. Give them some love. And thank you again. And thank you for those who have subscribed recently. We've had a bit of a boost, a small boost. We get them every once in a while, because that's the way things have been going. Because some things you can't hide us forever. There are those out there that are sharing our videos, and they're finding us for the first time. So thank you again, those of you who have shared. So we have discussed before the manga sales and how certain mangas are doing excellent, and how bookstores here in the United States and online as well is running out. And we've told you before, there is going to be a manga shortage, and it's already happening. And today, I mean, you could see from the videos we've thrown up a little bit on this, from That Star Wars Girl and It's a Gundam and others, that they've had footage put out that basically shows what's going on at Barnes & Noble. You could see over at Barnes & Noble that, there are racks upon racks upon racks of manga. And where is the comic books and graphic novels? In a little place. Smaller places. Smaller, declining. Very soon it's going to be one shelf. That's what's going to happen. I mean, this, you heard the release of I'm Not Starfire, that book that's coming out, it looks garbage. It looked garbage to begin with. And this is from someone who made some good comics in the past. What happened? Where did your ambition go? Because this is not being having ambition to create a new story. You just decided to make it look like yourself and gave it a horrifying premise that just doesn't make any sense. See, this is what happens in the comic book industry. You make comics that doesn't make sense at all. You change the characters, you race swap, you gender swap, you make them, which, no offense to people in the gay community, you're making every character gay. Not everyone is gay. I'm sorry if that's how you feel, or basically you're trying to appease the gay community. Gay people don't pick up something because someone's gay in there. If they watch a movie that, that has a premise of the gay, that's their choice to do. Understand, there were 2 or 3 gay networks. I think, one is done. It's basically, all it is just repeats of Married with Children, Laverne and Shirley, just sitcoms. And every once in a while, they'll throw a little bit of RuPaul's Drag Queen commercials, diverting you to VH1. Not every day. It's like saying to someone, you love horror, but you're not going to watch horror every day. I mean, there are those who do watch a lot of horror. My wife happens to be one of them. But every once in a while, she might want to get a little taste of something else. And this is saying that people in the LGBTQ community are not going to watch something every day that has someone who's gay, who's transgender. It's not something they're going to do every day. You have to have a sort of mixture of stories. Everybody is different as far as, weight, as far as height, as far as, what happens to them. When you look into the perspective of what you do in your life, the paths you choose, those are the stories that, people do right. Is, you may go in this path, may be horrible, maybe, things mess up. And you go on another path and you're very successful. Or you may go in between where you just have a little bit of good and a little bit of bad. These are all stories. And this is what they don't understand. They think everything has to be one way, and the one way is their way. Chuck Dixon had said it already on a podcast. He loved, there's something for everybody in manga and anime. You look to the perspective that he loves the sports stuff. He loves the fishing. He loves the golf. And he said it, hey, listen, this is not golf with vampires or golf with basically girls with the large breasts hanging out or anything of that nature. It's just people playing golf. There's volleyball, there's baseball. There's a lot of different sports that are done in anime and manga. We did a story about one from years ago that down in South America that is well liked. That there were some issues about a particular scene, but the thing about it is, the show was well liked. It was a soccer one. Certain places like certain things. You're taking away those certain things when you make comics the way you do. Wise guys like Ethan Van Sciver, Alterna Comics, Sweetcast, many others that have created comics that is doing very well. When you crowdfund and you see the millions of dollars that is put into crowdfunding to all these all these individuals, this is where the industry is going to now. It's going to an independent industry. The corporations, it's going to die out. The only thing that's going to be left of DC and Marvel are going to be the back issues, if anything. We have some great places in New York that sells manga. That used to be full comic book stores. Midtown Comics has a gigantic selection now. If you're ever in New York, Midtown Comics, Forbidden Planet, and Kiko Maya. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Kiko Maya on it's in the 40s, right by Bryant Park. Has one. Kiko Maya has 3 floors. Tons of Japanese stuff in there. Especially manga. I think they have, it's 3 floors, so it's like tons of manga accessories and stuff like that. It's gigantic. If you don't believe me, you watch the openings to this show. That is Kikomania. If you have to go upstairs in an escalator to get your stuff, that's a big place. That's big enough to handle things. Nobody had problems before. When I was growing up with manga, we had to go get our mangas. Sometimes you were able to get it at Forbidden Planet. They didn't carry much back then. Most of our mangas came from Chinatown. And most of the time, if you're lucky that they were able to get it, a translated copy, most of the time it was Japanese on there. So you hope you learned a little Japanese at the time. Now these days, you can get it in English. You can read it in English. There's some good stuff. Light novels, mangas. And you're seeing on the shelves. You can see on the videos on there, there's not much left on Demon Slayer on the shelves right now. Even the box sets are gone. And the box sets are the most expensive things. We got a video coming out that basically... that there's Universal Studios is putting it for rides. I think we're going to have a Demon Slayer temporary ride in Japan. You know, that shows you the popularity of it. There's already a spin-off manga coming for 2 of the characters in the show, which is going to be interesting. I did want to hear more about some of the other characters that seem to be interesting in the show. See, that's what you could do. So when you make a spin-off, you know, you got those great characters and stuff like that. I mean, this is the thing that they wanted to do with the Bad Batch. We wanted to know more about the Bad Batch. Is it a good series? It's really crazy. In fact, we'll have a review of that. We're doing a review of that over the break because we'll be taking a break very soon. But don't worry, we will still have content coming out. We're working on content right now for the holidays, for the rest of the summer. So manga's taking over again, and let me tell you, Chainsaw Man, that's the other one that's running out. It's Chainsaw Man and Attack on Titan. Think about that for a second. Attack on Titan's finished, so it's still selling out very well because people are finding Attack on Titan right now. Chainsaw Man anime coming out later this year or next year if it doesn't get pushed back. You know, this is a lot of things that's going on. And you look to the perspective is that these guys are selling out. These books are thick. Whereas, you know, you got to spend $100, $75 to $100 for one storyline, so you can get all the storyline together and not buy one at a time and get all the storyline in one book at a time. Where you're spending maybe $15, $30 a month, maybe. Reflects better that way. And that's why more and more people are watching manga. And I love the freaking comic book critics there. The guys that are just like pushing the narrative that, no, we're doing okay. And then when you look into the perspective of the numbers, manga is all thrown in there. Look at the graphic novel list. Top 20. Not a single graphic novel comic in there. It's all manga. So you reached this part of the video. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share this video. We will see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.
My best friend is a bloodstained shovel. If you want an ex dead, then you got a top double in a hearse with a coven. Looking for trouble. Yeah, we got another demon to fight. Witching hours come in 3.